Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I wanna fly like an eagle into the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I wanna fly, fly right into the future. Feed the babies who don't have enough to eat. Shoe the children, no shoes on their feet. Feed the people living in the street. Oh, oh, there's a solution. I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I wanna fly. Oh, oh, there's a solution. Do, 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 do. I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I wanna fly, yeah. Fly right into the future. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. Now I can say if you are discouraged, struggling through to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it all go. This is what you got to say. Can I get you to stand to your feet? Let's go. Sing along if you know it. It goes. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. I've been free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only for God. One more time. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. And I'm free, sing it, in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
And hallelujah. Hallelujah. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And a big, wonderful hello and welcome and gratitude to the one and only Donald James Harper.
Thank you for having me.
My tongue got a little bit.
Thank you.
Instead of rolling my R's, I was rolling my D's. Donald James Harper. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. And happy, I started to say January 14th or June 4th, but it's January 11th in the year 2024. February 11th. It just reinforces for someone who's not really attached to the Gregorian calendar. I'm not attached to the Gregorian calendar. Whatever the date may be, it's all a made-up idea in the mind of God that is fully expressing itself by means of you and by means of me. What a magnificent thing that is, right? To that we can all say, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, you can say it better than that. 1, 2, 3, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Good. Well, I'm Reverend Dr. Keith Cox, and I welcome you both in person in the room here today, as well as virtually online through Zoom and or our YouTube account. I just had a moment where I was like, where are we? We are also on YouTube. And welcome you into our Sunday celebration service. We're so excited to, when I say we, I mean the collective of all of us, to be able to come together today and celebrate life itself. Life is the expression of the thing itself. In our teaching, Philosophy, Faith, and Way of Life, we look at life, the self-givingness of spirit, that is the mind of the divine that is constantly and forever doing its thing through, as, and with each one of us. Good morning. Ladies, come on in, take your seats. Good morning, that's fine. And we're so happy to be here, right? To be here and to be able to share in the energy of life itself, to honor the divine that's expressing itself by means of each one of us, and to be. And to be. And so I welcome you. I'm going to invite you to take a moment and acknowledge each other. We'll bring the energy right back together. Just kind of stand up and say hello. James is going to tinkle on the pianos for a second and just give everybody a hello, and then we'll bring the energy all back together. And so I wanted us to, whether you're online today or whether you're in the room, to take the time, which is what we're just sharing. And so we'll let you all take a deep breath in. Feel the silence. Feel the silence. And then feel the silence. And exhale. And just feel the energy of transformation that was shared as we each greeted each other. Let's know for those that are watching us online that you feel that as well, as being a conscious participant in this exchange. It's another way of engaging in the act of namaste. We say namaste online every Sunday morning, and I invite us all to go through life using that as a greeting. In the Western world, we know it as the Sanskrit word and the action of put our hands together, placing it into our heart. Right now, let's all feel our heart after just having that lovely exchange with each other. And as we take a deep breath in and exhale, and leaning forward, bowing and returning back upright, looking into the eyes of ourselves, each other, and me. When we say namaste, its literal meaning is I bow to thee. Thee meaning that infinite, all-creative, impersonal power that we call by many names in this philosophy, faith, and way of life. Source, the thing itself, life, God, and you, and me. One of the magnificent elements and facets of this teaching known as the science of mind is that it's consistent throughout the teachings of our teaching, that it all says that there's only one thing that happens, one thing that exists. And my recent studies and inquiry into that and having spiritual awakenings as we all do, I came across a reading that talked about the oneness that we are in life. It's not one numerically, it's one meaning wholeness. So as we express and experience the wholeness of life, the oneness of life. We feel it, we know it, we connect to it. Something deep within us all knows that. And we also know that it exists within everyone else. So when we move into this act of namaste, it is the honoring and acknowledging of that. It's in that place, that connection, the spirit, the heart, the soul, the being of life, where healing takes place. Healing of relationship, healing of belief, healings of physicality, healing, as Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder and teacher of the Science of Mind, states, is the act of revealing the wholeness that exists. I share that with us today because I believe that's what just transpired for all of us. A feeling of healing, of connecting to the wholeness of life that is taking the form of humans that we can see. And then because the universe is governed by spiritual law, that which we emanate and emit and express responds and returns to us. And so this example that we've played with here in the form of human connection is a reminder to each of us that the law of life is forever doing its thing through us, responding, as Holmes says, by corresponding to our state of being. And so let's let this state of being be the mindset by which we move into our service together. How does that sound? Good. So I affirm for each of us that's where we are. We are the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles. We're a community that's come together for well over 30 years now to promote the oneness of life, to support individuals in finding their personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening, and to be a teaching community to support individuals knowing who they are more and more and more and more as divine beings. Our divinity exists. In our philosophy, faith, and way of life as divine beings, we are taught to believe, and I invite us all to know that the qualities that we each imbue are called peace and power, beauty and joy, light, life, love, and wisdom. And because we're that, the more that we express it, the more we get to experience it. And so that's what we come together on Sunday mornings to do, to be, to remember, to feel in a resonance field, and then to share in community. And what a glorious opportunity we have to do that today with each other and with Donald James Harper as our musician. So thank you for being here, everyone. So I'm going to invite to our bema now, our one and only beloved Reverend Lenore Edney, to take us on a journey of our opening ritual, which we like to call Calling in the Light, and she's going to do a version of that. Welcome to the bema, Lenore Edney.
Thank you. Good morning. In keeping with the theme for this month, which is to soar with love, that means to fly, to be free as love, I would like to read the daily writing from the book 365 Science of Mind. It's a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. And today's reading applies to this month's theme. And then after, I will do a spiritual mind treatment. February 11th, 2024. I am a creative center. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And that's from the Bible, from the book of Psalm, from the chapter 37 and verse 5. Let your consciousness rise above the sense of separation from the power of God. And in a few moments, you will feel as though you were sitting in the midst of an infinite sea of unobstructed life. This place in mind where you are now is the source of all action, the center of all creativity. It is also the innermost part of your being. Just as a plant turns to the sun, your thoughts turn to the power and draw it down through your being, causing it to manifest through your word. In this act, you are not losing your identity. You are more intensely self-conscious than ever before. But you are conscious in a larger, less obstructed manner. Whatever you decree, state, or affirm from this altitude of thought will produce definite results. The law of life exists in all of us at all times, and we are using it whether or not we are conscious of that fact. If we wish to make a specific use of this law of life, then we must use it specifically. The affirmation for today is, I now climb a ladder of thought that takes me beyond all confusion. Climbing joyously, I pass through the clouds of fear and doubt. I behold light everywhere. I sense the enveloping presence of love everywhere. The good that I desire, I know, and I know it now, affirm and accept, knowing that my definite intentions produce definite results. Please join me now as I say these words together with you in a spiritual mind treatment. And I'm saying it in the first person, and you're welcome to absorb that which is truth for yourself. Joyfully, joyfully, yes, I am joy-filled. I am in the midst of the divine, as I know there is no place where God is not. The infinite power, presence is absolutely, truthfully everywhere, seen and not seen. This energy that is life itself manifests in everything that was, everything that is, and everything that will be. Knowing this, I easily breathe in freshness, the breath that is the divine. And I exhale, I release all of that which is no longer mine. I am free. I am the realization of this vibrant flow of loving energy that is Source, that is God. It's a new day and I get to begin again. Letting go of the past, I stand firmly in the here and the now. And I know that as this day unfolds, I accept all the good that is mine. I am the experience and the expression of brilliance, vitality, strength, lightness, love, peace, wisdom, and I give freely. And as I give of my good, it returns magnified, magnificently multiplied. And I say yes to all the good I can stand. It isn't me, it's Spirit as me. I am Spirit's conduit for good. I know that this is the truth for each person here in this room and each person out there. And I know this is true for every individual I meet this day. I celebrate that consciousness, that awareness, and I soar. I am free, and I am raised up. I am love, and I'm in love with life. In gratitude for me being me, the experience of the divine, I know I am right where I'm supposed to be, doing exactly what it is that is mine to do. I give great thanks for this community, for this teaching, and for our teacher, Dr. Keith. I am richly blessed, as I know it's all good and it's all God. It's good to be me. These words are released, and I'm ready to be the joy, and together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Lenore. And so as Reverend Lenore spoke of honoring every individual, we're going to light a candle, and the flickering flame of the candle represents the light of each individual. If you noticed on Lenore's shawl, if you'll stand up, let us see it again. It represents many faiths. I invite us to bring into mind individuals from these different faiths. As I light this candle, we're going to sing the song Calling in the Light. It's a call and response song. Many of you know it. James will take us along on it. And choose to remember in your mind, your heart, your soul, those that you would like to send healing energy to and affirming good and goodwill on this planet.
Calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love, calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love. Repeat after me. I am love, I am peace in my heart, I am free, I am spirit, I am soul, all together we are whole. Calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love, calling in the light, calling in the light, calling in the light of love, calling in the light of love. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is.
Thank you to all of you. Thank you, James. James, so many people were talking about how excited they are that you're here 2 weeks in a row. That you were online last week and
I'm excited too
this week.
about
It's
that.
always wonderful. I was thinking this morning of such fond memories of having you behind the piano there in this room many different times, and took me back to the night of the World AIDS Day service when you did such an exceedingly lovely job. So thank you. Thank you for expressing your light.
I think we might be doing a repeat song from that.
Oh, wow. One
So
mind,
was it that?
baby.
It
It's
might
a
have
happening,
been.
isn't it? Isn't it? Well, some of you have entered the room since we said a big welcome and hello earlier. So a big welcome and hello. It's good to see some of you that we haven't seen in person for quite some time. Glad you're back. And for those of you that are new here today, welcome. Happy to have you here with us. It is February, because I now remember that. The first time I said it was January. Time. Cyndi Lauper taught us about that, right? But we are celebrating love this month. And so what a great theme to celebrate, right? So who in the room likes love? Yeah, I don't think anyone turns it away. So James is going to sing a song for us. If I recall the one you said you were going to sing, it's truly one of my favorite all-time love songs. And I didn't request it, but Spirit did. Donald James Harper singing
Love's Divine. spirit break. I had lost all of my belief, you see. And I realized my mistake. But time threw a prayer to me, and all around me became still. I need love, love's divine. Please forgive me now, I see that I've been blind. Give me love, love is what I need to help me know my name. Through the rainstorm came sanctuary. I felt my spirit fly. I had found all of my reality. Now I realize what it takes. I need love, love's divine. Please forgive me now, I see that I've been blind. Show me love, love is what I need to help me know my name. So don't bend, don't break. Show me how to live and promise me you won't forsake. 'Cause love can help me know my name. Well, I try to say there's nothing wrong, but inside I've been lying all along. But the message it is plain to see. Believe me. Show me love, love's divine. Please forgive me now, I see that I've been blind. Show me love, love is what I need to help me know my name. 'Cause love has helped me what I need to know my name. 'Cause love can help me know my name. Thank you.
You better sing that song and play that piano, boy.
I love that you love that song. It quickly became one of my favorites.
It is truly one of my favorite songs of all time.
I love that.
And that says a lot. Well, you can tell I'm caught up in it. The essence in it, the energy in it, the way that you allowed it to move through you is touching. But the lyrics, it's the lyrics, right?
Agreed.
The message here is very clear. Believe. Believe in me, not me, the individuals per se, but me, the spirit, love. Love. Help me know my name, right? It's help me know my name as the divine. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you just did a very graceful experience for us to remember who we are and how to know our name. And sometimes those moments are not so graceful. I wanted to begin my message with you of asking who in the room remembers those cartoons that you would see on a Saturday morning and a big anvil would fall out of the sky that might have said Acme on it and bang, hit somebody over the head. Anyone remember those? I believe it was, I was about to say Wile E. Coyote. Well, sometimes that's a literal presentation of that happening, and we all go through life where we've had those events where the anvil fell on our head. I want to share an anvil moment I had yesterday. I like to call it a spiritual kaboom. I was walking my beloved four-legged spiritual offspring that you all know named Sweeney, and I was doing that which we humans love to do, which is always ineffective, called multitasking, and trying to express my divinity while it was cold and it was early and all of that stuff. And as I was walking down the sidewalk on my handheld computer device doing something that I thought was of great importance, I was walking with her, and these two women were walking towards me, and it's a sidewalk and there's not a lot of room. And being the gentleman that I am, I decided to take her and pull her aside, and so that they would have safe passage through the sidewalk, to which they did with zero acknowledgement of me or a moment of saying thank you. And for lack of a better term, my bitchy self said quite out loud, "You're welcome." And as that came through my being, I felt my energy shift, and I looked back down at my phone, and what I was researching was information for today's talk, and it was the lyrics to the song, "All You Need Is Love, do 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 do." And I thought, how ironic that the anvil fell on my head, saying, dude, chill out. Love's divine, right? It's really simple. All you got to do is believe and not be an asshole in the process, right? And the lyrics to this song, which are so appropriate and pertinent to our theme this month, and they're this: love, 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 love. There's nothing you can do that can't be done, love. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung, love. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game, love. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made, nothing you can save that can't be saved, and nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time, love. All you need is love. Sing it with me. All you need is love. Do 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 do. All you need is love. Do 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 do. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need. I love these lyrics, obviously, because it's from the Beatles, and of course we need to acknowledge that I believe it was 1 week ago that it was or somewhere this week, it was the 50th or 60th anniversary of them being on the Beatles. But what I believe these lyrics are doing, which so often I like to interpret lyrics, obviously from the way James sang the song, through the sense of our teaching, through the sense of metaphysics, through the sense of spirituality. I don't believe that John, Paul, Ringo, and Paul were singing of, see, you were awake. We're speaking of romantic love there. I believe they're speaking of love as the essence of spirit, that which Dr. Ernest Holmes refers to as the self-givingness of spirit, whose desire is to create more of itself out of itself. It does that through you and through me. Our theme for this month is to soar with love. Building upon what we went through, or our message for last week, with love, once again, the acronym for love being life's one vital energy. Life's one vital energy, love. We were reminded last week of the quote by Mark Sterling that if you want to soar in life, you must first learn to fly. And the acronym for fly being first love yourself. For those of you that wanted to hear it again, if you want to soar in life, you must first learn to fly. First love yourself. We're here this month and beyond to soar with love, knowing that we first must then love ourselves, even in situations where we may have been yet somewhat unloving to the women walking up the sidewalk, to forgive ourselves and immediately choose to love ourselves in that moment. The great spiritual teacher, RuPaul, says that if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with that quote, it's if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? The love that we're speaking of right now isn't specifically the eros, romantic love of that which is typically celebrated on Valentine's Day, even though that is some component of it, but it's one facet of the 4 stages of love, or 4 facets of love. That which I just spoke of is eros, that which is of affection, of sensual, of romantic energy. There's also the friendship, or Sturgis love, which is that which is shared with familial, which is both biological family and that which is chosen family. Then there's the philia love, which is passion. It's the brotherly love. It's that which brings us together in community for oftentimes by means of a cause, right? Sometimes even that's political driven. And then there is that which is the agape love. It's that which is selfless. It is that which unites us. It is that which is God's love, no matter how you speak of or define God. But I want us to really continue to build upon what we did last week, which is self-love. Because, as the great Paul teaches us, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Meaning that we must begin to love ourselves before we can extend that love to others. Self-love, as Neil Donald Walsh refers to it, is not what you want in life, it's what you are. It's very important to not get these two confused. If you think that love is what you want, you'll go searching for it all over the place. If you think love is what you are, you will go sharing it all over the place. The second approach will cause you to find what the searching will never reveal. To soar with love is our theme this month. Why this month? Because this week we celebrate Valentine's Day, a day that probably holds great meaning to many of us so often in life, and that sometimes some of us may despise it and want to run away from it. But it's a part of us as a culture, as a people, really, Valentine's Day. I thought this morning I would share with you the history of Valentine's Day so we can have a different perspective on it, not necessarily good or bad, just different perspective. The history of Valentine's Day and why we celebrate it from the magazine and the editors of Real Simple magazine. Valentine's Day may be associated with romance, but the origin of the holiday isn't exactly romantic. Whether you love, says the former sister in the room, she knows, whether you love Valentine's Day or hate it, one thing's clear. Valentine's Day history goes way back. And while Valentine's Day is now known for kissing, Valentine's Day gifts, and hard-to-get dinner reservations, the origins of the holiday are far less romantic. Here, the Valentine's Day history that would make it into a rom-com, featuring a saint, a massacre, and even the sinful nuns of Valentine's Day. First, a quick refresher. Valentine's Day always falls on February 14th. Of course, that will be a Wednesday of this week. But it goes on here to say, just wait until 2025 when it falls on a Friday. At the end of the 5th century, Pope Gelasius declared February 14th St. Valentine's Day. And since then, February 14th has been a day of celebration, though it was generally more religious than romantic. Well, how did it start? Valentine's Day is a fixed day on the calendar that got lumped into a mid-February holiday on the ancient Roman calendar called Lupercalia, which some historians believe is what led to Valentine's Day being all about love. Lupercalia celebrated fertility. Am I saying that right? Okay, Lupercalia, I saw you whispering in your husband's ear. I'm assuming you were saying I love you, but I thought you might be correcting me. Lupercalia celebrated fertility and may have included a ritual in which men, and I get this, Lupercalia celebrated fertility and may have included a ritual in which men and women were paired off by choosing names from a jar. Talk about pressure. In ancient Greece, people observed a midwinter celebration for the marriage of the god Zeus and the goddess Hera. In general, early Christians often opted to celebrate holidays. They're asking, why is it on the 14th? In general, early Christians often opted to celebrate holidays on days that coincide with existing festivals and celebrations, like Christmas and winter solstice. So they placed Valentine's Day on February 14th, while Lupercalia was celebrated on the 15th. Well, who was Saint Valentine? And what does he have to do with chocolate hearts? Not much, it turns out. St. Valentine's Day was a feast day in the Catholic religion, added to the liturgical calendar around 500 AD. The day was commemorated for, my caffeine has kicked in. The day was commemorated for martyred saints named, you guessed it, Valentine, right. Now, many consider the most accurate story as to how St. Valentine became affiliated with a love-focused holiday is this. St. Valentine was a Roman priest who performed weddings for soldiers forbidden to marry because of a Roman emperor's edict decreeing married soldiers did not make good warriors, and thus young men could not marry. This St. Valentine wore a ring with a cupid on it, a symbol of love that helped soldiers recognize him. And in a precursor to greeting cards, he handed out paper hearts to remind Christians for their love of God. Because of this legend, St. Valentine became known as the patron saint of love. The St. Valentine prayer asks St. Valentine to connect lovers together so that two become one, and the couple remembers their devotion to God. While the St. Valentine story set the groundwork for establishing the day as a holiday for romantic love, what truly solidified the connection between St. Valentine and love was a poem by medieval author Geoffrey Chaucer in 1375, which historians consider the origin of the modern celebration of Valentine's Day, where we celebrate our romantic partnership with another person. Chaucer lived in the Middle Ages, the era of courtly love, when broad romantic statements of devotion, poems, songs, paintings celebrated partnership. By the end of the 15th century, the word Valentine was being used to describe a lover in poems and songs of the day. And in the 18th century, a book called The Young Man's Valentine, Writer, was published in England. By the mid-19th century, mass-produced paper Valentine cards were being carried, and Valentine's Day, as we know it, was born. Over the years and centuries, Valentine's Day has been a religious celebration, an ancient ritual day, and a commercial holiday. All that change over the years means the meaning of Valentine's Day is truly whatever you want it to be. Whatever you want it to be. And that's what I want us to focus on today as we bring forth and welcome in this holiday called Valentine's Day, as well as remember that we're here to soar with love. That not only this day, February 14th, but every day, that we have the opportunity before us to decide and to choose to love ourselves and others however, whenever we want. And that all comes down to how we not only choose, but choose to be love, life's one vital energy. Our text for the day that went out this morning at 7:30 and every morning is a quote from Susan Hawkins. I don't know if many of you recognize the last name, but she was the wife of the beloved Dr. David Hawkins. And I'm sure she's referencing some quote of his. But the quote reads, "The energy of love is complete within itself and is thus free of need, considerations, limitations, or seeking of gain." Imagine if we engaged in life in that way alone. just being, the energy that is complete within itself and thus free of need, considerations, limitations, or seeking of gain. To be free of wantingness is liberating. And in some spiritual traditions, enlightenment is termed liberation, the dissolving of the personal self into the self of divine, love's divine. How appropriate that that is the song that James just sang, right? Of love's divine. What Hawkins is speaking of here, both as herself and I'm sure as her beloved deceased husband, and expressing that energy itself, is to remind us that our objective in life, should we declare and decide to allow our divinity to guide our humanity, and as we're experiencing our humanity, to let our divinity be present, is to do it through this energy of love, to fly like the eagles, to fly, to first love ourselves so that we can then indeed soar with love. How do we do that? Well, the way that we do that is by developing and building and curating and creating and manifesting a healthy relationship with ourselves, a healthy relationship with the self. How do you do that? Well, it's important to know that your relationship with yourself is one of the most important ones you'll ever have. And here's how to nurture it. When someone says the word relationship, chances are you think of your interactions and behavior towards someone else, a family member, a romantic partner, a friend. But the truth is, we also have one very important relationship, I would say the most critical, and that's the one with ourselves. How we think about ourselves, treat ourselves, is one of the very first relationships we'll ever have. And as it turns out, this relationship is extremely important. Why? Because it influences all of the others. Our relationship with ourself includes self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-care, and of course, self-love. The way that we think of ourselves and believe about ourselves impacts our mental and our emotional health, and therefore how we bond with others. So a healthy relationship with ourselves can indeed improve or harm our mental health, our connections, and even our work productivity. Well, how do we do this? Well, it's really simple. We honor RuPaul. That's how we do it. We begin to love ourselves so that we can love others. In preparing for today, I was researching love on the find section of my MacBook, and what popped up were many different ceremonies that I've performed over the years, as wedding ceremonies or commitment ceremonies or honoring or recommitment ceremonies to people. And in looking at them, I thought how beautiful that these ceremonies exist so that we can purport and promote for us to love each other. But what if we were to take a step back and look at our self-love in the same way? What if we were to be willing and open to make a covenant and a commitment to ourselves to develop and to build love for ourselves, so that we not only move through and navigate life as a whole being, aware and accepting and manifesting our wholeness, but consciously aware that is that which we give, that returns to us multiplied abundantly. If we were to treat our own heart in the way that we would like others to treat our heart, if we were to treat our own heart in the way that we desire to treat others' hearts. I'd like to read a poem for you that I close every commitment or wedding ceremony with as an invitation for those that are making commitment. And as I do so, I invite you to hear it in the way of making a commitment to yourself so that you begin to love yourself anew. It's titled, Our Heart. Our hearts guide us, give us strength and courage, and fill us with infinite joy. Treat your heart gently. Listen to its wisdom. Nourish it. Water it daily so it can grow. And then smile with pride when you feel it open. What we're all being called to do, to be, to engage in today is to live with a more open heart, To live with a more open heart. Open to give, to receive, to share, to hurt occasionally, to love, and then to heal. Using the map of consciousness that Dr. David Hawkins has created for us, and many of you have seen it, love is right there in the halfway point between the lower vibrations of shame and pain and fear and the highest, enlightenment, liberation. In other words, love, the self-givingness of spirit, is the gateway to our enlightenment. Dr. Ernest Holmes tells us that love is the greatest power in the universe. It's the basis and source for everything. Rumi tells us that love, the supreme musician, is always playing in our souls. Love's divine. Believe, it tells us. And so today, I invite us, as we finish this portion of the service on the Sunday celebration of love in the month of To Soar with Love, to begin to imagine your day, your week, your life, really, with a more open heart, with a more open spirit, with a greater willingness and intention to be love in a new way. Why is that important? Not only does it create a shift in life, but for us to remember that we live in a universe that is governed by spiritual law. The law of life, that which we are, responds to us by corresponding to the state of mind in which we are, in which we express, in which we give. We've been called for many years to know that love exists, and our role here is to give it. I've shared with you before, one of my great spiritual teachers says that we in the Western world have it all wrong. We go out on Saturday nights with the wrong state of mind. We should go out with the mindset to give laid, not get. But if you think about it, as crass as that may be, it speaks to our state of mind. How we were trained in life of what our role in propagating love is. It's to give, not get. In the Bible, what a great segue, right, to clean it up. In the Bible, it states in 1 Corinthians, which is also part of the wedding ceremony I share often, about love. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not jealous or boastful. It's not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its own way. It's not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrong, but rejoices in right. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. In a word, 3 things hold true: faith, hope, and love. Louise Hay gives us these steps on how to love ourselves. She says, 1, stop all criticism. 2, forgive yourself. 3, don't scare yourself. 4, be gentle, be kind, and be patient. Be kind to your mind. Praise yourself. Support yourself. Be loving to your negatives. Take care of your body. And love yourself today. And begin right now. Thank you. And so it is. James is going to come back and sing another love song.
I know your eyes in the morning sun. I feel you touch me in the pouring rain. In the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love, and you softly leave. And it's me you'll need to show. How deep is your love? Is your love how deep is is your love? I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. I believe in you. You know the door to my very soul. You're the light in my deepest, darkest hour. You are the Savior when I call. And you may not think that I care for you, when you know deep down inside I really do. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? Is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. Is your love? How deep is your... Come on now. I really mean to learn. Hey, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. We belong to you and me.
The one and only James Harper.
Thank you.
Taking Barry and Maurice out on it. The Bee Gees, that's right. If you've never seen the Bee Gees documentary, at one time was airing on HBO, but if you haven't, please watch it. It's quite wonderful.
I know what I'm doing today.
Wonderful. See what?
I know what I'm doing today.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
I think I've seen it 3 times. It's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story. And yeah,
That's cool.
So, yeah, so I hear there's a football game today, right? So if that's part of your reality, enjoy it and celebrate it and participate in it. I want to thank you all for being here today. And a big shout out to those that we know that are online watching, which is Ted Sprague and Stephen and Cheryl Cromwell and Rebecca O'Brien, Craig Williams, Dennis Goodine, and anyone else that's watching online. A big hello and hallelujah to you, and thank you for being here. And I'm so happy that you all are here. We're in person the second Sunday of every month with the addition of Easter Sunday. We will also be here the end of March. So know that that is the case. And just a reminder that we have a new thought text for the day that goes out each morning. I shared one of them with you today. Please avail yourself of that. You can access that information through our website, csl-la.org, or an app in the App Store. I'd like to thank, obviously, Donald James Harper for bringing his
Thank you.
himself
Pleasure.
to be here today. Thank you to Travis in the back, who's taking care of our audio needs and does such a wonderful job with that. Robert Hensley is back in the building. Let's say hello, Robert, our social media dude and administrative assistant who's been gone since September and has been taking care of us online. So thank you to him. I want to let you know that there are treats to consume that are flour, sugar, and flour in the patio that Sherry Bazanis brought, and I brought some flour products that are not... and so did Sherry, brought some delicious thing for everyone. So just let's all remember that while you're enjoying coffee and whatever may be, to enjoy that. Lenore's going to roam the room right now for everybody to have a moment to support us. James is going to play some piano underneath, some financial support of our community, as well as if you would like to donate through our website or our app in the App Store at CSL-LA.org. I know it seems a little chaotic how we're doing this right now, but know that all good is greatly appreciated and acknowledged and welcomed. And so we thank you for that. While Lenore's doing that, a reminder that we have an e-newsletter that goes out each week on first part of the week. And I invite you all to bring friends. And so thank you all for your financial support of our community, and want to acknowledge you for being here today. And whether it's your first time or you're a long-time part of our community, know that just where you are is the expression of the divine in its completeness and its wholeness. I'm going to close with a spiritual mind treatment and meditation. And then after that, James may do one more song if he feels like it. You guys want more James Harper? Yeah. And then you can avail yourselves of the consumables outside. Take the time to love on each other, and know that I look forward to seeing you all when I see you again. And then we will be back online next Sunday morning, and every Sunday after that, and then back here in March. So I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And let's just know together that the power and the presence of the only thing there is. Let's let that sink in for a moment. Without analyzing it or trying to discern it or be discriminate about what it means, let's just let it bring itself to us. The only thing there is. Using words in the English language, we call it presence. We call it power. We call it creative intelligence. We call it source. We call it the universe. And Ernie calls it the thing itself. It matters not what we call it, but it matters greatly that we call it. Calling it in is what we're doing. And if we were to really go deeper, what we're doing is calling in our awareness of it. So let's all exhale. Doesn't need to be a tension-based experience of the divine. It's love. It's that vital energy. And it's beauty, and it's joy, and it's all of that which is itself, as you, as me. And so I affirm for each of us, no matter where we are physically, no matter where we are emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, all of that's just an experience of it. And since it has placed the stamp of individuality upon itself and called it you, we get to use it. And so as my words resonate in your being, we each give ourselves permission to use it in ways that are more compassionately than ever before. More gently, with greater kindness, and with a quickening of forgiveness. All that's steeped in trust, faith, hope, love. It's kind. And so we're going to also call it light. As we began our service calling in the light, we shall now use our imagination to bear witness inside our mind to the light being awakened within us in a new way. As I extinguish this on the bima, we see in our own being our light growing brighter and brighter. As you hear me exhale, the light within you grows. As a touchstone to illuminate the pathway of your life. As you navigate this journey of finding personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening, and then an awakening, and then an awakening. You are the blessed. You are the gift. You are the divine. And so it is. Let's enjoy James's last song and then commune together afterwards. From my heart to yours, namaste.
Nothing you can say that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. There's nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. There's nothing you can say that can't be made. And no one you can save that can't be saved. There's nothing you can do, but you can learn to be in time, yeah. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love, love is all.